It is a damn shame that the Miami Heat lost that basketball game. It's a damn shame. Now, I want to say right off the bat here, if you're tuning into this video expecting me to get mad and crash out, well, I can tell you that I don't plan on doing that, but maybe I get myself worked up enough. But the truth of the matter is, none of us are surprised at this point, nor should we. The Heat were up 19 in the third quarter, and all of us knew it was going to be a clutch game. All of us. I didn't know if they were going to lose. I didn't know if they were going to win, but we knew it was going to be a tight game because that's what the Heat do. They blow leads. But that's not the part about it that makes this loss such a shame. The part about it is that Bam Adebayo was an absolute superstar tonight. 30 points on 12 of 16 shooting. One of them was a three he had to force up for a prayer at the end. So you could say he was 12 of 15 on the night. He was unstoppable. And let me tell you what the story of the game is going to be. Whether it's fair to Tyler Herro or not, this is the story of the game. The game goes to overtime, and Bam Adebayo continues cooking. He was elite in that mid-range today. Oh my God, I had never seen someone look so similar to Chris Bosh as Bam Adebayo did tonight. He was getting to that mid-range shot, and every single jumper was nothing but net. And in the overtime, he started by doing a jab step and then just cashing a heavily contested midi over OG Anunoby. A couple possessions later, Bam Adebayo does a nice half spin towards the basket, spins back over his right shoulder, boom, another mid-range jumper to put the Heat up 4. We're thinking, here we go, the Heat are cooking. The Heat are putting the ball in the hands of their star and Bam Adebayo, and he is taking them home with another win. And then the Heat get a stop. Tyler Herro gets the ball, he comes down the court and jacks up a transition 3 that, of course, he missed because he missed almost all of his 3-pointers today. And I don't want to come on this video and just trash Tyler Herro because he's had a good season, but, we're reacting to the game. And today he was bad, man. Today, I think you can make a fair argument that he is the one that cost them the game. Not even just necessarily that one shot, but overall, he couldn't hit a shot to save his life. And it was looking like he might have showed up big at the end because in that fourth quarter, he actually had a huge 3 to take the lead, had another huge midi to take the lead as well. But then actually before that though, he had an 8-second violation because he was walking up the court too slow. So yes, he hit some two big shots late in the fourth quarter. I want to acknowledge that because the Herro stands that watch this video are going to say, hey, what about those 2 big shots he hit late? And yeah, those were good shots, but they lost. And those 2 shots that Herro hit doesn't discount all of the other awful things he did today. How do you have an 8-second violation late in the fourth quarter with no pressure? You're just walking up the court too slow. That's inexcusable. That's not a mistake. Hey, you make that kind of mistake, it happens. No, that should never happen. How do you pull a transition 3 in overtime when Bam Adebayo was unstoppable? That type of game cannot happen. And when you look at the Heat continue to blow these leads that they do every single game, today was a 19-point third quarter lead. It's because when the offense, when it comes time to execute an offense late in the games, they don't. It's Herro or bust, and it's continually deep 3 after sidestep 3 after fadeaway 3 late in these games. Even got blocked on one of them, which I think led to like a Brunson layup that eventually tied the game for the Knicks. That's just bad. It's not even bad offensive execution. It's not offensive execution at all. It's Herro ball, pun intended, I guess. It's him standing around like this doing dribble, the same stuff we got on Terry Rozier for. That's what Tyler Herro's been doing late in these games. And yes, he's had games this year where it's worked, but that's why this team is under 500. Because more times than not, that's not going to work. And it was even more frustrating today because Bam Adebayo was carrying you down the stretch. Listen, that transition 3 is a terrible shot. And yes, Eric reached it on the broadcast. That's the type of shot. If he makes it, you love it. If he misses, you don't like it. Well, guess what? He didn't make it. So we are allowed to judge him in hindsight because he did miss that shot. Now, I have praised his ability to hit the transition 3 in the past, but that's when he is on a heat check. If he's having a good game, then yeah, If the defense is running quickly to the basket and you have a chance to stop on a dime and pull up for three, sure, Tyler Herro is good at that shot. I don't mind Tyler Herro taking that shot if he's having a good game. Not like days like tonight where he shot 2 of 11 from three. You don't take a transition three on a 3-on-2 fast break with no ball movement when you're shooting 2 of 11. That's not the time to do it. Now, yes, I'm being critical of Tyler Herro, but I am hoping that as his career goes on, he can start to learn when to take these shots and when not to. Because I believe his IQ is a big reason the Heat lost his game today. I really do. Now, the hater in me wants to say that Terry Rozier had a technical foul in the fourth quarter in a game that the Heat lost in overtime. But technically, Karl Anthony Towns did miss the technical free throw. So I can't even use Terry Rozier as the scapegoat today. But that's why it's a disappointing game. Bam Adebayo, my God, I wanted so bad to come on here this video and just praise the hell out of him because he was sensational. A dude that really has picked it up these last few weeks. We've been talking about it in almost every video, except that one game versus Atlanta where he sucked. But everyone sucked that game too. Oh, but man, it's just unfortunate, you know? You had a great win at home versus Atlanta. You shot the lights out. You won a clutch game versus a hot Indiana team last game. If you could have beat the Knicks today, as a Heat fan, we would have felt so good. We would have been on that roll, that run that we've been talking about needs to happen now or never. We would have been on it. And we're just robbed of that. We had that chance, that chance that maybe this season can mean something just ripped away from us because they couldn't hold on to a 19-point third quarter lead. Oh, and it's disgusting, but it is what it is. Why would we expect them to go on a run? This team is what they is. That's just the reality of the situation. I got a whole bunch of notes here that truthfully seem meaningless at this point, but there was some good today, so let's kind of get into it. So in the first quarter, of course, we got Alec Burks with the start. No Andrew Wiggins, no Jaime Jaquez. Both of those guys have sprained ankles. Jaime's injury looked bad just the last game versus Indiana, but fortunately, Spoelstra did give an update saying that Jaime's injury looked worse than it is. He's already walking around okay, so hopefully he doesn't miss more than a week or two. But you did get Alec Burks to start. Davion Mitchell had another strong test today, of course, having to guard Jalen Brunson. And boy, was that dude, Davion Mitchell, a menace. He was awesome. Now, I think it was in the Basement Sports postgame show, for the last video, we got into a long discussion about how much the Heat should pay Davion Mitchell because he's going to be restricted free agent. And I said I'd pay him between $8 and $10 million a year. I might give that boy the max. It's hard not to fall in love with Davion Mitchell as a Heat fan. Now, he did miss 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, too, that he probably would have won the game. But I'm willing to look past that because for the other 99% of the game, he's incredible. I mean, you talk about a guy that plays with heart. That's Davion Mitchell. And from the jump, he was aggressive offensively. And that's what you have to do when you're guarding a guy like Jalen Brunson. Make him guard you. The best defense is a good offense. And part of that is because you're making those guys exert effort on the defensive end to guard you. Obviously, Jalen Brunson, he's going to be out there guarding Davion Mitchell because Davion's not looked at as the star offensive guy. You know, the Knicks have Mikal Bridges. They have OG Anunoby. Those are going to be your guys that kind of guard Bam and guard Tyler Herro. So Brunson's out there thinking, hey, hide me on Davion Mitchell. That way I can, rest a little bit on the defensive end and then go on offense and do my thing. But in that first quarter, Davion was attacking him. And I just love to see that. And it is so nice that Davion's able to do that. Same thing he was doing to Trae Young. And I'm sure he'll continue doing to other star guards this year. Bam Adebayo, kind of same thing early on. He was super aggressive, making Towns play defense. That's the best way to get these guys kind of off their offensive game. And Khalil Ware, oh my God, he was amazing. Why he doesn't play late in the fourth quarter, I don't know. Now, he did start overtime, but he should have been playing the whole fourth quarter, in my opinion. Oh, he was incredible today. He had multiple dunks off some great lobs from Tyler Herro. Now, shout out to Tyler, too. Tyler had 7 assists and 0 turnovers. That's a bright spot, a huge bright spot, because he was obviously been turning the ball over quite a bit. I think last game he was pretty good, and then obviously today he was pretty good. But Ware was sensational, dunking all over the place, including a dunk on Hayward Highsmith, which is just hilarious. Highsmith went up for an offensive rebound, and Ware just came from behind him and put his nuts on the back of Highsmith's head. It was kind of funny. And then obviously with the blocks, Khalil Ware today finished with how many blocks? 6 blocks, which I think ties a Heat rookie record. He was all over the place. Even Eric Spoelstra called a challenge on a Khalil Ware goaltend. Yes, a Spoelstra challenge, which he never does. So it's nice to see that Spoelstra said, hey, I'm going to get the kid his block. It was kind of a meaningless play earlier in the game, and Spo never calls challenges. So for him to call that was Spoelstra saying, hey, I feel good. Ware's been busting his ass today. He's been showing all out max effort, had a crazy windmill dunk on the fast break too. And Spo said, I'm going to use this challenge to get Ware his extra block. And I like that by Spoelstra. That's a good sign that Spo is starting to trust Khalil Ware a little bit more. But yeah, in the first quarter, the Heat were up 5, although they shot 59% from the field to the Knicks, 39% from the field. But part of that is because almost all the Heat's points were twos. 24 of their 27 points came in the paint. So they were pretty dominant on that end. And then the second quarter, the Heat really went on a nice run. They were up 17 at halftime. And then in the third quarter, that's kind of when we all expected the Heat to blow their lead, which did happen, of course, but not to start. Because to start, yes, the Knicks were hitting some baskets. Mikal got some threes and Brunson as well. But Alec Burks, back-to-back-to-back threes, all in the same corner, was really helping the Heat keep their lead. And then Davion Mitchell had like a great steal where he played in the passing lanes, and then he ran into the referee. I guess the ref didn't expect Davion Mitchell to get a steal, which, what are you doing, ref? That's what Davion Mitchell does. But then Davion obviously had to stop when he ran into the ref. He gave the ball to Tyler Herro, who shot a transition 3. Missed it. Tyler Herro missed a ton of threes that quarter, which really would have brought the house down. The momentum would have been crazy, forcing Knicks into a timeout. He missed almost all of them as the Heat went on like a 4-minute drought without scoring. And we actually went up as much as 19, and then the Knicks were able to cut it all the way down to 3. But one of Tyler Herro's threes that he did hit was to end the quarter. So the Heat actually ended up being 6. So they went from up 17 at halftime to up 6 in the fourth quarter. So not up a ton, but it's a little bit of cushion, right? Enough to keep the lead? No, because Brunson had back-to-back buckets to take the lead. And then Davion had just another great steal on Josh Hart, ran up to him on 2 hands, timed it perfectly, grabbed the ball with both hands, ripped it out of him like a grown-ass man that he is. And then Josh Hart fouled him, but that's when Davion missed both free throws. And then eventually the Knicks would continue their run. McBride finally took the lead for the Knicks. Their first lead was with 3 minutes to go. And then the Heat had a turnover. And then Davion Mitchell stole the ball right back. When I tell you I love this dude, oh my God, I love this guy, man. What else we got here? Then that's when Tyler Herro finally hit his second 3 of the game. It was a huge lead to take the lead right back. The Heat got to stop. Tyler Herro got the 8-second violation, but then he did kind of make up for it because the Heat got another stop. Herro came back and hit the midi, but then Brunson was able to take a layup to tie. It was Heat ball with 26 seconds left, and then Tyler Herro missed a mid-range jump shot that would have been the game winner, and then Mikal also had a game winner get blocked by Bam. Nowhere in at the end of the game, or at least on the offensive possession, I would have liked to see it. When Herro took that mid-range shot, there was like a 4-second shot clock differential. I think if Khalil Ware was in there, he's always an offensive rebounding threat. He's always a threat to clog up space in the paint to maybe give some of your shooters some more space on the outside. I don't know. I think Ware is a decent offensive player. You don't have to have all shooters out there on the last possession. Put your big man in there who shot like, what did Ware shoot today? 85% from the field. Maybe put him out there on the last offensive possession spot. I don't know. But then we would eventually go to overtime. Bam had a couple of middies that went in. That's when Herro took the awful transition 3 that'll be talked about for quite a while. And then Brunson took the lead with about 2 minutes to go, and they never really looked back. Jalen Brunson was getting MVP chants in Miami, which made me want to vomit absolutely everywhere. And then the Knicks were up 4. Herro missed another 3. Spo challenged and out of bounds, which is weird because basically Herro missed a 3. The ball went out of bounds. Refs said it was Knicks' ball. So Spo challenged, but Spo lost the challenge because they said it was out of bounds on the Knicks. But before that, Josh Hart fouled Haywood Highsmith or something, or Brunson fouled Highsmith. So even though it was Heat ball because of the foul, Spo lost the challenge because he was challenging if it was out of bounds. I don't even know if that made sense to you, which I don't care because it didn't make sense to me either. So why would it make sense to you? What kind of challenge rules are these? I see why Spoelstra doesn't like them. But anyways, we'll run through the box score real quick here. Alec Burks, in his start, he was good today. 4-5 from 3. Bam Adebayo, 30 and 7, 75% shooting. Good God, awesome. Khalil Ware, 12, 8 and 6. Woo-hoo-hoo. He giving us shades of young Whiteside. Y'all know that's my boy. Good news is Ware still has another 3 years before he gets paid. So we won't have to worry about no fat cat syndrome potentially for a long time. Even though I don't know if Ware is built like that, of course. I liked his effort today. I think his effort was really good today. Tyler Herro, 22 points on 24 shots. That's bad, needless to say. But to give him some credit, 7 assists to 0 turnovers. And Davion Mitchell, bro, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. 5 of 9 shooting. Dude is a dog. Gotta love some Davion Mitchell. And then Highsmith, bro, 37 points or 37 minutes off the bench. He was just getting DMPs like 2 games ago. Now he's playing 37 minutes off the bench. He was 3 of 5 today, 8 points. So he was contributing a little bit on offense. Hit a couple of threes, was cutting back door. I like Highsmith. He needs to play. Maybe not 37 minutes a night, but I'm glad he's getting some run. And Duncan was fine today with 10 points. Rozier only got you 15 minutes, got 5 points, was a -8. And then Kyle Anderson only played six minutes. So it's looking like Anderson's going to only be getting about 5 to 6 minutes a game. I suppose kind of relies on Highsmith to replace those Nikola Jovic minutes. But anyways, that's all I got to say for this game, man. I mean, for the most part, the Heat kept Towns in check, I guess. Towns today, only 19 points. But Brunson had 31, and like 25 of those was in the second half, something crazy like that. But the good news is the Heat play tomorrow against the Washington Wizards. Would it shock y'all if the Heat lost that game? I don't know. Looks like the Heat are 3 games under 500 if that includes tonight. Let me see. Yeah, that does include tonight. 3 games under 500, 4 back of 6. I mean, to be honest, they're almost locked into the 7th or 8th seed at this point, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All the support is greatly appreciated. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for real. Like, if you hear me saying this and you're not subscribed, just do it. It's free. The numbers actually do mean a lot to me because we got some stuff working behind the scenes. But I'll say that for another time, and I'll see you on the next video, though. Peace out, y'all.
Look, pull up in your city tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need that head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.